What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Cardano ADA 24-hour trade volume surpasses $700 million, according to CoinGecko, and surpasses BNB now for the 5th day in a row. CryptoDotCom launches its Build Your ADA Balance campaign. Top 2,000 users ranked by Cardano net buys will each win $10 of Bitcoin from a total $20,000 prize pool. This ends on April 30th. Great to see big exchanges run incentivizing campaigns, and especially because the founder did talk about ADA as blue chip season back in November. So I think Crypto.com will continue to do big things with Cardano. LCX, a leading European regulated crypto exchange, launches their Cardano ADA ecosystem landing page. LCX says our goal is to become the home of CNTs. Users, of course, can trade Cornucopias, Iagon, Minswap, Nike, NMKR, Nuvola, Snek, and World Mobile, which is great. Good to see lots of CNT integrations. EMURGO did some transitions with their leadership. Founder Ken Kodama transitions from CEO to chairman. He says, "This allows me to focus on long-term strategy while supporting broader expansion. Philip's leadership and fintech expertise uniquely position him to lead the next chapter of commercial growth." And of course, we have EMURGO appointing Phillip Pon as CEO. Philip's fintech expertise will drive commercial growth in real-world asset tokenization, stablecoins, and decentralized wallets as we expand Cardano's ecosystem. So good to see strong leadership, expertise. I really like that angle of commercial growth and RWAs, stablecoins. He goes on to say that our focus is clear. We are committed to reshaping financial services through meaningful innovation with RWA tokenization at the core. I'm excited to drive adoption and unlock new value for users and partners globally. So good stuff. The next chapter for EMURGO. Input-output says currently in development, Ouroboros Peras is an advanced upgrade to the Praos consensus protocol with rapid transaction settlement while maintaining security, resilience, and decentralization. So this is before Laos. And so this is really focused on settlement optimization. They go on to say that Praos will bring faster transaction confirmation, reduced rollback risk, improved user experience, and new smart contract use cases. For example, quicker settlement can open doors to time-sensitive smart contract applications, which is really good. It's going to be a win-win for regular users, developers. Really like that. That is in the pipeline. Alex Becker, we have the Neo Tokyo hoodie on. He's Alex, I'm Alex, we're all Alex. He has a lot to say today. He says Ethereum will return to its all-time high and drag altcoins along with it. I agree. He also said today, this was huge, my Cardano bag could buy a country. It's going up. This was in response to a question saying, even Cardano's going to pump? So guys, I mean, it's hilarious to see that he's now one of us. We basically have a gargantuan KOL pumping Cardano. So at the end of the day, whether you hate him or love him, no one's perfect. I do like that he speaks positive on the potential for Cardano. And lest we forget, he said Cardano has the most potential this bull run. And I don't think we're in a bear, but more on that towards the end of the video. Well, what's going on with tariffs? Well, China trolls President Trump on X over his tariff policy. So, lots of FUD going on, lots of uncertainty going on. Hopefully we get a deal sooner rather than later. But in positive news, Fed Chair Jerome Powell says he thinks there will be loosening of bank rules on crypto. That's good in my eyes. And he says crypto is becoming more mainstream and legal framework for stablecoins is a good idea. Stablecoins, guys, stablecoins drive most of the value in crypto. So with the Genius Act, legal framework, something huge is cooking up. Something big is cooking up. President Trump says big progress is being made on a trade deal with Japan after meeting with Japanese officials. I think we're going to see something really good with Japan, Taiwan, South Korea, lots of these giants, and hopefully China very soon because they are giant. Well, speaking of stablecoins, Russian Finance Ministry calls to create its own crypto stablecoin. So no matter what side of the fence, everyone's going to get involved. And I think once the US government also starts buying crypto, doing buybacks and stuff like that, everyone's just going to FOMO. But I think the catalyst is stablecoins. Well, right now we were dancing with 60 cents. It was a bit concerning, but we still have lots of volume, a lot more volume than many big projects. Social sentiment too. We have a lot of posts compared to like Polkadot or Stellar. So a lot of eyes on ADA. I think a lot of people are sidelined right now. They're just watching. I've been accumulating. I have the most ADA I've ever had. So I'm just doing upside potential risk. Over on TradingView, Bitcoin, 84K, not too bad. Bitcoin dominance, nearly 64%. ADA, 614, so we recovered nicely. But contrary to most people thinking 6.3 was the floor, we came down further. But again, we see that across many projects. XRP, 2.07. And again, Russell 2000 index, very low. It's in this slump. So stocks, just like altcoins, we have this kind of coupling now. And we need to see gold normalize, which you can see it just peaked there to a near, 3380. It did new all-time highs. And I've been looking at metrics where gold would lead first and then Bitcoin would follow. So in a way, we're seeing that right now. Tech innovation, investments, gold was leading because people were seeking refuge from risky investments. And let's take a look at this chart from CMC. And so just to isolate this, guys, we can see 7%. Ethereum dominance is at 7%. Now you see this that's very close right here. This area is when we had the 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, this would be here. Well, this is the first altcoin season and another altcoin season. Nonetheless, the point is that during each season, Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum dominance get close to one another. And now, today, we have them the furthest they've ever been. Ethereum all the way down at 7%, Bitcoin dominance going up to 64%. That doesn't even include things like wrap Bitcoin and other options and stuff that may not actually show up as raw Bitcoin dominance. So my point being is that the further this goes on, it's actually bullish. Why? Because it's locking in investors who are going to FOMO at the top. The more they're sidelined, it's actually locking in future prospects. And the more that Bitcoin dominance goes higher, we're just going to get this elastic band type of situation where once we go risk on, once stocks start pumping, even look, gold's coming down a little bit. Once gold normalizes, stocks pump, tech firms are pumping, risk on, and we get clarity regarding the China deal, Japan, Taiwan, many others. Guys, just like this, we could see that risk on. And I know some people say, oh, we're in a bear market. But guys, we're at 84K Bitcoin. And similarly, fear is super high. Bitcoin dominance is super high. Ethereum dominance is looking like those old 2018 levels. And that is exactly what you see before we break out. Because you have to have a capitulation where people give up and they just lose hope and they think it's a scam and they leave. But the price they pay is the further that they're away, they return at the top. And that is why you see the likes of many who are high conviction. And I'm in the trenches and we're going to continue to watch ADA, cover the news, and stay positive and as objective as we can, obviously, to our best ability. But these are the reasons why I believe that we still have not seen the tops yet. You can see that Ethereum didn't really make any crazy new highs. And we're at basically new lows for that dominance. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Let me know, guys, what are your thoughts in regards to where we're headed? Is it bull? Is it a bear market? I don't think we're in a bear market, guys. Sorry to say that Bitcoin at 84K is not bear market. But if Bitcoin was like 40K, 30K, perhaps. So these corrections, and the more that we go sideways, I think is going to catapult us during this capitulation. So just something to think about, guys. I think that people underestimate You know, back when XRP was at 50 cents, some analysts were saying that it was going to go to 10 cents. And when Bitcoin was at 20K, bears were so bearish saying it's going to 5K. So no one really knows. But I'm optimistic, I'm altruistic. I think that there are more indicators showing to us that the near bottom is here. And even if it goes a little bit lower, I'm personally just going to accumulate more DCA, buy some more. My biggest holding is ADA, then it's Bitcoin, then it's XRP. That's it. Pretty simple. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. I think the most exciting thing is, I know we've been talking about Alex Becker a lot. I know it's pissing off people, but we have to give him credit, So the fact that he says this is bullish. So thumbs up. Good to have him repping. He has a big audience. So nice to see Alex Becker with a positive sentiment. Guys, smash that subscribe, smash that like, stay positive, keep busy, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next Angry Crypto Show.